What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. You already know it's your boy Terry Vio, treating that hustle, helping you build your financial muscle, man. Let's get it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, share this channel with your people, man. We're gonna jump straight into it, man. Investing is the simplest way for you to become financially free. It is. You invest every day. You just don't know that you're investing. The way your life turns out is because of the investments you make on a daily basis. If you invest in bad food and things that are not good for you, you don't invest in your health, you end up becoming out of shape. You know what I mean? Certain diseases start creeping up and things like that, right? If you don't not invest in your relationship, a lot of times relationship end up falling apart, and you just can't put you can't put your thumb on it. It's like, damn, how did the relationship fall apart and this and that? But you wasn't investing in it. That's the truth. You wasn't investing in it, right? Anything you have, if you do not invest in it, you're gonna lose it. So we are already programmed to invest, but we just don't know what to invest in with our money in order to get the best return for your buck. In my opinion, hands down, all the way around, stock market is the best way to go. Stock market has the least amount of stress. Everything you do in life, whether you're doing real estate, you own a business, and you invest in the stock market, all three have their own struggles and their own stress that comes with it. But the stock market has the least amount of stress because you're putting your money with people who already did the research, who already went to school and got the education. They're doing the work for you. And then you can trust in the fact that because they're educated and they're working in the company, they're not going to make the wrong decision. It is the simplest way. I'm not saying it's the best, even though I think it's the best, but it's the simplest way, the most less stressful way to get to where you're trying to go. A lot of times we be running around doing a whole bunch of things, but what we don't realize is you adding a whole bunch of extra stress to your life. And a whole bunch of extra stress to your life, you're going to end up losing it way faster than you were supposed to, right? I think it says in the Bible, what good is it to gain the world if you lose your soul? That means, what good is it to, in my opinion, right? Some people, I'm going to work 16, 17 hours a day, and I'm going to go hard, and I'm going to do this and that. But, bro, you're not sleeping 8 hours at night. You're not eating healthy because you're just 17 hours on this. Now, you might get real successful in about 5 or 10 years, but at the end of that 5 or 10 years, yeah, you got all that money, but you got a bunch of health problems because you didn't take care of yourself. So it's like stress is one of the biggest factors of why people get old. They look old in the face, and how, you know what I mean, things that you just can't control. A lot of diseases because your body's at a dis-ease. Your body is at a dis-ease because you are adding a bunch of stress to your body. You are not meant to just carry a bunch of stress every hours of the day, worrying about all of these different things. When you could pay people, you're not really paying them, but when you invest in a company that already have the smart people that already gonna do the work for you, and you just putting your money over there and you just watching it closely. Investing is the best way to go. Like, there's nothing else you could tell me, right? Now, let's say, in my opinion, three people start today with $12,000, right? And all of y'all got $12,000. Y'all just spending on stuff you probably shouldn't be spending $12,000 on. But I'm not gonna judge you. Don't judge me, right? Anyway, if I take $12,000 and I put it in the market, and I did a little calculation here just for you guys. After year one, let's say you average 20%, that turned into 14,000. After year two, let's say that was another 15%. Now that you at 16.1. After year four, up to year four, you get a nice little jump. You at 25%. Now that 16,000 turned to 20. In year five, you took a little dip. You went down to 10%. Now you just turned 12,000 in 5 years to 22,000. Now, some people might be like, damn, that's a lot of waiting just to make 10,000, right? But that's 10,000 you didn't do nothing for. You just chilled, you parked the money over there, and it just grew and it just worked for you, right? Now, how many of you guys had $12,000 a year, 5 years ago, and you turned it into $22,000 5 years later? How many people actually are doing that? Yeah, you could have all the great ideas, like, I could do this, I could flip this, I could do this, but did you do it, right? Did you actually do it? You say you could do it, but did you actually do it? There's a few people along the way you're gonna meet that actually did it, who probably did real estate, made way more money than what I'm talking about here with $12,000 5 years ago to what they have now, or started a business 5 years ago with $12,000 and they have way more money now. But how much of those people are really out there, right? We don't want to get confused with, if you're seeing the same person that's successful all the time, you're going to think a lot of people are successful like that. But the truth is, no, it's only that one person that you're seeing all the time. It's like your mind is playing tricks on you, right? But ain't no telling what they had to go through to all that, right? This person who took the 12,000, who was doing everything, working 15, 16, 17 hours a day, probably, push their kids aside, push their spouses aside. They're not really in shape because they've just been focused on this. They've lost everything but gained the world. Like, it's crazy, man. And less stress, man. Less stress is the most important thing I could stress in this video. I know that was stupid, but you catch what I'm saying. Like, you cannot be out here just doing everything and trying to get mixed up with everything, man. You can't be doing that. You're gonna end up losing yourself. But meanwhile, there's a proven method in the stock market that plenty of people, the most richest people who live in America, were real estate investors. I mean, not real estate investors. A lot of them are real estate investors, but a lot more of them are investing in the stock market. They invested their money early. They let compound interest hit it, and they just kept on reinvesting back in something that is less stressful. Yes, it's a less of a return, but because it's less of a return, I know that compound interest gonna take me over the edge to where I need to go. Compound interest is when stuff, for example, compound interest, the best way I could put it is, would you rather $3 million, or would you rather I gave you a penny and doubled it every day for a month straight, 30 days straight, right? Now, most people be like, I'm gonna take the 3 million. But if I double a penny every day, from day 1 turn into 2 pennies, day 2 turn into 4 pennies, day 4 turn into day 3 turn into 8 pennies, day 4 turn into 16 pennies, and I keep doing that 30 days straight, at the end of the 30 days, you actually have 5.3 million. So compound interest is one of those things that you'll get blinded by, because it really kicks in at the end. It kicks in by the amount of time you've been in the game. That's all it is. The amount of time you've been in the game gonna pay you back. And that's what goes well with investing. That is like the ultimate aha, or the magic of investing, that nobody talks about, or people don't really, because it's boring. It's boring to talk about that stuff, right? We like stuff that are exciting. We like stuff that are exciting, always getting us all our emotions all involved. But me, what I've realized is, the richest people who living on this planet, the richest people who live on Earth, they were investors. They were investors, and they invested in some of the most boring companies. So I think we should do the same, right? And everybody got the money, man. We just spend the money on stuff we got no business spending the money on. Just, to look cool, trying to impress people we don't even know. It is what it is. Even I've caught myself doing that before, right? So that's why I can't really judge them. I'm like, I've done that before. I've just worked on my discipline, that I don't do it now as much as I used to do it. And I'm saying, okay, instead of doing this, let me just, I'd rather cry now and laugh later. Build my investment portfolio, let that thing grow. And then these people who are out here just buying stuff they're not supposed to be buying, or just doing whatever, 10, 15 years from now, we're all gonna be looking back like, damn, how T did all of that, how he got all that bread. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, dog, I just been investing. That's all I've been doing. I just been investing. Not a lot, but just investing slowly but surely over time, just compounding my money over there through investing in the stock market. Investing in the stock market is not hard. I'm gonna name you 10 companies that you can invest in straight that you don't even have to think about it. It's not gonna be stressful. These companies are not going out of business in the next 20 years. I wouldn't guarantee it because who knows what can happen, right? But at the same time, I can go off past results of what these companies have done, and I know they ain't going out of business in the next 20. So if I could just focus on pick 2, 3, or 4 of these companies and put all my money in those companies and just keep doing that year over, I'm gonna be good. 10 companies. Apple ain't going out of business. Tesla, not going out of business. Amazon, not going out of business. Microsoft, Google, Berkshire Hathaway, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Realty, Louis Vuitton. Even through this pandemic and everything we just went through and all of that, Louis Vuitton still was up the last 3 to 4 years because rich people, you know what I mean, they still invest in rich things. It's people who have money like nice things. So that was one of the shocking things to me. Like, the luxury brands, they didn't really lose any money. If anything, they made more money. Invest, guys. We invest every day, but we just get clouded at what to invest in. And I'm telling you, if you take your money and you invest your money, not all of it, you don't got to go broke, try to invest everything, but take a certain amount and just start investing it and just see how the returns start coming in. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to want to naturally invest more. Investing is the simplest way to get financial freedom. It is the simplest way to get wealth. It is the simplest way to get rich. Like, you don't got to believe me. Do your research. All of the richest people, they always say, I was an investor. I invested in this. I invested in this. I invested in that. Investor. Every one of us can be an investor. Every one of us already investors. But are we investing in the right things? Like, subscribe, comment down below. Share the channel with your people, man. Catch me on the next one. I'm gone.